Bear with you one moment. Well, folks, I get the honor of introducing you to my brother, Mr. NASB brother, Mr. Max Graham, who lives in Charlotte currently right now. And he has just really made a huge impact in the entire insurance industry because not only because of his age, but also his wisdom. And he is a force to be reckoned with. So grateful. I think there's 21 partners currently right now at NASB. He went to ECU, so that is why he's one of my brothers. On that one, not like Brian Selstein, but like with the Pirates. But you've been here at NASB for 5 years, but then also it took you only 3.5 years, Max, to hit partner. And partner, I would say, is one of those things that, my goodness, my goodness, we call it like the path to partner, but that is like the ultimate lifestyle. I mean, you talk about stock with Integrity Marketing Group, which we'll talk about a little bit later if we get the opportunity. But Max, you've just been a phenomenal, very humble, driven gentleman in this industry, and you have an incredible organization and agency. So we are definitely excited. What are you most excited about this evening when it comes to the folks and candidates that are on currently right now? I know we have a ton of them, from Anthony, Jan, Melissa, Heather, Ashley, so many, Dorian. I'm so sorry that we couldn't get to all of you folks, but I just want to respect everybody's time on a Thursday evening. So Max, what are you most excited about when it comes to these potential candidates that we're going to be able to select and qualify to work with us?
Well, first of all, once you hit partner, you get profit sharing in the profitability of the company as a whole. So what that means is that even though you guys would be on Ashley's teams or maybe other people's teams within the company, once you hit partner, you're able to share in the profits of all the teams. So the cool thing is kind of like Michael was talking about, becoming a part of a community that builds up everyone to where people aren't cannibalizing over each other. Everyone's just empowering each other to reach their full potential with their career as a professional. Personal development, everything. We're all incentivized to help each other. So it's not about me, it's about we. So we all work as a unit to help each other get where we're trying to go. And once you hit partner, you're able to share in the work of the team as a whole. So, I mean, with the company growing now faster than it ever has before, we've got so much momentum. We're picking up speed every single day. Right now, there is a phenomenon going on in the United States called the silver tsunami. It's the great wealth transfer. The baby boomers hold the majority of the wealth, and as they pass along, they'll transfer that wealth to the next generation. As they transfer that wealth, the most common vehicle for that transfer is life insurance because it's tax-free. It's 100% safe and guaranteed. So imagine being part of facilitating the largest wealth transfer to ever hit the face of planet Earth and being able to capture a small percentage of that self for you and your family while also putting the client in a better spot than where you found them. It's literally like a dream come true. I mean, it couldn't be better. What am I most excited about? Everything. Honestly, it just keeps getting better by the day. And I'm also just so thankful and happy to have people like Ashley and so many other of you guys on the call to have been part of my journey. It's just been a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to share with you guys my experience so that hopefully I can help you guys get to where I'm at faster and easier than it took me to get there.
Amen. And, it just reminds me that this isn't a cakewalk. This is not something that's easy. So if you are looking for easy, this is not the career for you. If you are looking for something that you can be proud of, something that you can remember, something that you really can march towards, hey, you know what? I did that and I'm proud of that. This is that career. But what we are looking for is somebody that has grit, someone that has a strong work ethic. So in other words, when I say the word strong work ethic, it's not about counting the hours in the day. It's not about, counting how many hours. Oh, I did 35 hours or 40 hours. Look, I've got employees that I pay, I take care of them, and they're definitely on a clock when it comes to that. And I've got folks that are on salary. But here's the thing is that what's the value that you put into that time? If I told you that we would be putting you as a 1099 versus a W-2, that's the reason how we can be fully vested in you. I know Michael said that was really important to him, is the fact that we can be fully invested is because it's a mutual partnership that we're really marching towards, is that we want you to be where we are. Why? Because the better you do, the better we do. So that's why it's so important that we're very selective about the people that do come on board and the people that we do hire is for that reason. I want to say this is actually coming out of one of the founders of North American Senior Benefits. That would be Mr. Craig Harvey. He wrote a book called Driven. Awesome book. If you can get it. I know it's been sold out a lot, but I just want to read this one thing because maybe potentially there's somebody on right now that's thinking this one thing. The biggest threat to unleashing your best results isn't failure. It's mediocrity. And some of you right now, the biggest hurdle to making $1 million or $100,000 is it's not what you're earning. The biggest thing is that you're actually settling for good enough, right? Maybe you're that person right now, that candidate that says, well, things are good enough right now. And I would say is, are you willing to be in that career where you are right now? I know that I want to say it was Anthony that was saying, man, I'm pretty much taking over the entire pizza shop. Okay. Are you willing to do that over the next 10 years with the same amount of income? The reason why there's such a huge recession right now, we call it the Great Recession for teachers and healthcare workers. Why? And the reason being is because the simple reason that they're overworked, underpaid, and completely underappreciated. Maybe that's you right now. And so I would ask you is, what's the forecast of your working life? What's it look like for you? Are you happy where you are? Do you feel like you get recognized, or do you just get a gift card once every 2 years and a pat on your back? Or maybe a raise every 5 years that's really only 50 cents, okay? And now for the future, what's the appraisal of your time? What's the appraisal of your time? If I asked you, okay, Jan or Heather or Melissa, Michelle, how much do you think you are valued at currently right now? What could you physically bring to the table? And I would hope the words would be, I'm invaluable, I'm priceless. And if we're willing to give you that shot to prove it, would you be willing to take that shot? You see, because sometimes even Harvard did a study that you only get 2 shots in life that will physically take everything and change your stars. I know Katie McConville says the phrase of, if we could just change our stars, you only get 2 shots in life per Harvard that will completely change everything. 2 opportunities. Once you'll see it in your 20s, once in your 40s. Not sure what's up with the 30s, the 50s, the 60s. We've got a phenomenal partner, Keith Thomason, that saw this and got hired on in his 50s. Nothing wrong with that. But these are just the averages. So if you're in your 20s or your 40s right now, this is that shot of a lifetime. I remember when I got hired on by Jordan Smith, and I just said, look, please pick me. Throw me in the game. I don't care what it takes. I don't care how hard this is. Please throw me in the game, because what else is there that's going to give me the results? The results is what I'm after. I know Grant Cardone, if you follow him, he's a huge mogul in the financial services arena. He says this, look, folks that are graduating from high school, that are graduating from college, don't go find the career that you're passionate at. Go find the results that you're passionate at, and then go find the career that's going to get you those results. So, Max, you kind of shot a little thing there when it came to the financial services. You talked about the silver tsunami, the state of the economy. Did you know, I just checked it out, that 15.5 million Americans were laid off in 2022. Last year. Maybe it was your mom, maybe it was your uncle, maybe somebody close to you. I know somebody close to me that was laid off from working at a media company for 20 plus years, making over a strong 6-figure income. What? Could you imagine? So anytime that you have a W-2, anytime that you have a boss, anytime that someone has the ability to stamp their name on that paycheck, guess what? Versus it being your own name on that paycheck, they have the opportunity to let you go and lay you off, just like 15.5 million were laid off last year. So why financial services? The reason why we embark in the financial services division is because financial services, it is the primary driver of our nation's economy. If it wasn't for the financial services, we would have no economy. So do your research, write down these notes. Financial services. Why would anybody want to work in the financial services sector? Oh, it's very, very simple. When you're looking at banking and insurance, because that is what drives this sector in financial services. When you look at insurance and you take that little piece of the pie, what is such a huge driving force for that insurance sector? It's life insurance. Who are the ones that are thinking about life insurance? That would be who? Seniors. Man, the sweetest people ever. Okay, look, folks that are graduating from college, folks that are potentially getting homes, people that have little families that are just getting started, they're not really thinking about death. The people that are thinking about death is what? The people that are getting older, the ones that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Here's one thing I do remember at East Carolina University, Max, being in business school, the professor said this: you got to have a product, good, or service that everybody wants, needs, or desires. Here's a weird thing, Max. I know it might be a little morbid, but everybody's going to die. Now, unless you're William Wallace, and I saw his monument, okay, climbed up a 3-mile hike in Scotland, in Stirling, the city over there. And it was so cool because what does William Wallace say in the famous movie of Braveheart? Not every man lives, right? You know, I mean, I don't really know the whole thing, but Max, maybe you do, because I know, Craig Harvey, he always quotes William Wallace. Oh my gosh, of all the quotes that we say. But Max, financial services, why is it so important to have a career in financial services?
Well, first of all, everybody needs one of two things in life, either more time or more money or both, right? Most people have one or the other, but the cool thing is here you can have both, right? Another thing too is, I'm not one to think I'm anything special. So I like to look at the data, take the emotions out of it, right? Get on Google and search which industries have made the most millionaires. You're going to see in the top 5, the first 3, it's going to say doctor, lawyer, and then financial services. Insurance falls into financial services. I don't know about you guys, but I have no plans to go back to law school or be a doctor. So I had to find another way to get there. And come to find out, insurance is also probably the most fun career you can have. I mean, I've been to Vegas with NASB. I've been to Mexico, Costa Rica, and all of these trips have come from just doing my job. I mean, how many other businesses can you get paid based on your results, but also still have the ability to help people, the flexibility to live a lifestyle that you actually enjoy? Think about how many people work so hard to get money, but then when they get off work, they're exhausted that they don't even have the energy to even enjoy it, right? The cool thing about this business is we've got the 3 Ps, which are the key essential elements to any sales position, on lock. It's product, platform, and percentage. So no matter what sales position that you guys are looking at, and side note, if you're trying to make money, the best way to do it is in sales. But we've got the best of all 3 of the Ps: product, platform, and percentage. We sell a product that everyone needs, like Ashley touched on. We also sell the best products in its space, so name brands that anyone would recognize. Products that sell themselves, products that are already in demand by clients, so that when you show up there, you're not just trying to sell snake oil. You're bringing the Cadillac, the Rolls Royce, the Gucci of whatever it is that you're selling. That's what we've got. And we work with all of the companies. So no matter what your health is or your age, we can get you covered. We've got the right platform to take your career to where you want to go, right? The right platform to when you have problems, we've got answers real time that get the results that you're looking for. The right platform to where the harder you work, the higher you can go. A platform that has no ceiling. So no matter how high you want to take it, you're never going to hit a ceiling. With my last company, I worked there for 2.5 years and capped out what I was able to make. I'm still looking at the rest of my life. I've got many more years left in my career. I don't want to get 2 years in and hit a dead end. Here, you can take this career as far as you want to go, as long as you want to work. But most people only work 3 to 5 years. And if they keep working, it's not because they have to, it's because they want to. And then the last is we get paid the right percentage. If you're trying to make $1 million and you got paid a penny on every sale, how long is it going to take you to make $1 million? It's going to take you a long time, right? So in any sales position, you need to make sure that you're making the right percentage. That way you can make a good living for your family. We have some of the most competitive commissions in the business. We also give you the ability to get a 5% raise every 2 months. That means within a period of a year, you can get a 30% raise. Imagine what would happen if you got paid 30% more for doing the same thing every couple years. You know what I mean? We can get over 100% of what the client pays per year in commission. But to make that deal even sweeter, we get paid residuals. So what that means is as long as the client pays their bills, you continue to get paid. And since it's called a life insurance, how long do you think they're going to continue to pay their bill? they're going to pay their bill forever, right? So what does that mean? It means after you build a book of business for 3 to 5 years, when you wake up and you're going to still continue to get paid on the work that you've done the past couple years, right? I'm getting paid on policies I wrote 5 years ago that I don't even remember writing. It's a beautiful thing. Trust me, come see for yourself. But to take that even further, you can also sell your book of business. So if one day down the line, you're making good money and you just say, you know what, I don't want to make mailbox money anymore. I want to cash it in for a lump sum. There's the potential once you're making over $500,000 per year, roughly, that's the word on the street, you can get about an 8 to 12 multiple on your annual income. So imagine being able to make $500,000 per year, say, you know what, I want 5 million and sell that residual to someone else and then give you a lump sum so you can, go sit on Cabo and drink Coronas or whatever you want to do. And then the best part about all this is I truly feel like we're doing God's work. We're helping the people that we meet. We're putting them in a better situation. We run into 3 types of people: somebody who's got insurance and they're paying too much, somebody who's got insurance and they're in the wrong type of plan, which means it's either going to go up in price or cancel, and somebody who doesn't have anything at all. No matter what situation they're in, we can genuinely put them in a better spot, which allows you to sleep good at night, which also allows you to feel good when people ask you what you do. We're doing a very, very, very highly looked upon professional job. I mean, financial services, the 3rd largest maker of millionaires. Why wouldn't you want to become a part of that, especially with the culture like what Ashley's built and the rest of the industry companies built? Hop on one of our Monday morning conference calls and tell me that it doesn't make you a little bit excited to get involved with work. When was the last time that you guys went to work and genuinely was like, man, this is kind of fun, right? So rich people prefer to be paid on results. Poor people prefer to be paid on time. How many of you guys feel like at times that you're working harder than the other people that you work with, but you're making the same thing? Or maybe you feel like you're doing all the work and you're making the same thing. Or maybe you feel like you're doing all the work and there's no room to grow. Also ask yourself, how many of you guys on this call are still getting paid on the job that you were doing a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago? So the longer that you guys wait to get involved with this, the longer that you're missing out on making residual income from the work that you did every single day that you wait. So think about that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to miss out on any money. Ask me how I know. This business has changed my whole life, and it's changed so many lives of people who I've brought into this business. All I did is hire all my friends. Literally, all I did is my friends started asking me, how's your job? I showed them my deposits, got them in the car, and they're like, dang, this isn't that bad. And then, dang, you make way more than I do. And then we just cut up into group chats, go out, sit down with a bunch of people's grandmothers, help their grandmothers, and then just wake up to more money than what most anyone else we know makes. And then you keep getting paid on it as long as they live. And then heaven forbid if they die. Think about what a bad situation that death is. I know most of you guys know at least someone who's died and left their family in a pickle, right? In a bad situation where maybe they're having to have a GoFundMe or a fish fry or sell things that they don't want to sell just so that they can have a somewhat, respectable final services, right? Imagine being able to genuinely become a professional, an expert at helping people through the worst days of their life, make that day just a little bit better, right? No amount of money is going to ever bring back the person that they love, right? But not having money is going to make the situation worse. So on the worst day of someone's loved one's life, when everyone and their mother is reaching out for checks, the funeral home, the hospital bills, the car, the house mortgage, everybody's reaching out for bills, we show up with the check. Imagine how good that feels, right? You remember when you sat down with that person and they told you, hey, I care about my daughter. I care about my son. I don't want to leave them in a bad spot when they die. And then they die, and then you get to show up and tell their family how much they meant, how much that their grandmother cared about them, and show up with a check that's unexpected. I'm telling you guys, this job is so fulfilling, and it can also lead you to live the lifestyle that you love. But the only caveat is you have to do the work and you have to follow the system. Being rich is hard, being poor is hard. Choose your hard, right? If you're not making money and you're working all the time but not making enough, that's going to be hard. Going out and hustling and making money on full commission, that's going to be hard too. But one's going to give you a lot more money and one's not. So, there's a famous quote that says, the harder you are on yourself, the easier the world will be on you. So, I would encourage everyone on this call, believe in yourself, believe in whoever brought you in on this call tonight. I believe everything happens for a reason and nothing happens on accident. Every one of you guys who's on this call being exposed to this information tonight are being exposed to this information for a reason. Now, that reason is different for each and every one of us, but everyone who's hearing this message right now knows the reason, their reason that they're on this call tonight. A year from now, are you going to still be where you're at? Or are you going to move yourself closer to where you feel like you deserve and you feel like you should be, right? If you stay doing what you're currently doing right now, where are you going to be 5 years from now? Think about that. If you don't make a change, where are you going to be 5 years from now? Is it going to be where you're at right now? Or is it going to put you closer to where you want to be? Is it going to move your family closer than where you want to be? Are you going to leave the community in a better spot than where you found them? Or are you just going to be over here, letting time pass until it's your time to pass and someone show up with your final expense check? So I would encourage all of you guys to really, really, really do your due diligence to see what this opportunity is truly about. The more you look into it, the better it gets. I'm telling you guys, it's like I'm still waiting for somebody to pinch me and make me wake up. It's crazy. But I would encourage, if you guys truly do your due diligence and hop in the car with whoever it is that got you on this call and see what we're talking about here tonight, I guarantee you that you'll see that what Ashley's telling you, what I'm telling you, and what anyone else on this call is telling you is 100% fact. So, and if anybody, has any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Ashley or whoever is. We're always here to answer them. But guys, we're having a lot of fun. We've got more people requesting help than we can even get to on our own. And that's why we're having this call tonight. But we're not looking for everyone, like what Ashley says. We're only looking for the best of the best. So if you're on this call tonight, someone saw greatness inside of you. And it's up to you to reach inside and pull it out. And what you guys do from here is ultimately up to you. Back to you, Ashley.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I hope, if you are seriously fired up and we don't select you, I'm just going to personally apologize because Max, this is why we have so much fun together on partner trips. I love getting into your brain. But it just reminded me, because especially when you said that rich people get paid on their results, poor people get paid on their time. And I just remember being graduating from East Carolina University and being a bartender and a server. So anybody that's ever served as a waitress or a waiter, bartender, I get you. I was doing that for years after college. And then I started working at Gold's Gym, didn't care about fitness, didn't care about healthy living. I feel like I'm way healthier now than I was working at Gold's Gym, which is hilarious to me. But the crazy thing is that I did that for 7 years, making $2,500 a month, but I had the benefits. I had the free healthcare, right? And I just remember being 29, looking at my life. I was living in an apartment. It was 800 square feet on the 2nd floor. So imagine going upstairs every single day, up and down, up and down, up and down, being married, and then having a little baby and never being able to see my child because I was working 80 hours a week for $2,500 a month. And I was the general manager. Somebody would have to die in order for me to move up or quit their career being the regional manager. That was the only way I could move up. So I don't know if you were like me when I was 29. I was just sick and tired of being 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 broke and poor. And so why NASB? So again, if you are the person that we want to select, if you're that person that we think has that qualifier, understand, I don't care if you're an introvert, an extrovert. I don't care about your background. What I care about is, what is your why? What is it that just makes you want to fight? Not like fight somebody, but fight mediocrity and fight average so that you can have different, not better, but you can have different than what you have currently right now, right? So why NASB? Real quickly. The reason why, and I know Max kind of already went through this, is we're vested day one. We typically call this the 4 pillars. I know Keith Thomason pinned this idea. It's you're vested day one. You do the work once and you get paid forever. How cool is that? Again, until they pass away is when those renewals will stop. And I just love that fact that you can help somebody. You're being significant to them. They adore you for it. And then they're going to be paying for their life insurance for quite a while, right? 15, 20, 30, 40 years, and you're still getting paid on that. Next is we have an in-house lead system. Me and Lance Perry, the CEO of the company, phenomenal guy, was just in Scotland with them. Blast, okay? And the neat thing is that he mailed out the company, our headquarters based out of Atlanta, Georgia, Lawrenceville, Georgia, mailed out 32 million mailers last year. NASB is in 43 states. Also, secondly, we're an A+ BBB rated company, and we've been that way since 2012 at the start of July, when we physically had this birth of NASB and North American Senior Benefits. So we have an in-house lead system. We don't outsource our leads. So there's 56 million seniors currently right now in the United States. So with that being said, those are the folks that we're looking after, the ones that are just your normal grandma, grandpa, the 95% of the seniors that are making less than $60,000 a year. Those are our folks that we like to work with. They're just looking for some burial coverage, some cremation insurance, something that's $5, $10, $15, $25, $30,000. We get them approved immediately in about 8 or 10 minutes. And then you get paid in about 2 business days, direct deposit from that life insurance provider. There is no middleman. I love that. I love the fact that NASB doesn't pay me. I get paid directly from the carriers. And we have so many of them, 13 right out of the gate, but then also 126 carriers through Elevation Advanced Markets. Third is the advancement for a real opportunity. Just like what Max said, there is no ceiling here. I am more excited today than I've ever been. Why? Because my goodness, what lies ahead of me, I can look forward to. I look forward to the Greg Bain, the George Smith, being able to potentially write a book one day, travel the world. What Max didn't tell you, because he's so humble, the guy has traveled to 30 countries before the age of 30. He's been
60.
Okay. All right. There you go. 60 countries, 7 continents. Yes, he did go to Antarctica, right? And that is an incredible story in itself if you ever get the opportunity to talk to him about that. But the advancement for a real opportunity. And then last is it's a legitimate brokerage. So folks, when you have an IMO that started with Chad Milner and Craig Harvey, and they had a dream, they had a vision that this is a company that's for the agents, not the leaders at the top. This is going to be a company for our agents that even the person starting out, they can feel and know that, hey, you know what? You can make 6 figures here. You can make 6 figures in your first year. Why do you think Glassdoor, Indeed love NASB? Because our average income is anywhere from $87,000 to $98,000 your first year out. So how could you not be excited about that? Are you kidding me? When I was making $40,000 a year gross from being at Gold's Gym as a general manager, working 80 hours a week, are you kidding me? That's what I wanted. The hope of just making a 6-figure income in half the time to actually do it in 40 hours. So what's the next step? So the next step is this, is just like what Max said. If you are the person that is selected, if we've already gone through the qualification process, and if you've already been hired, excellent. I cannot wait to meet you. Now, second, if you're going through the interviewing process, you definitely want to text the person that interviewed you and said, listen, I believe I've got what it takes. We're not looking for the best right now. We're looking for the person that wants to become the best. You guys, I was a minority. Okay. So in other words, I'm a woman. So to have the opportunity to be a partner as a female, which never existed before me, and I did it in what, 4 years? That's pretty awesome. So if you're a minority, again, this is not a cookie cutter business. But the neat thing is, hey, look, if you want to really see what we do, if you've already been selected and qualified, Get in the car with us. See what a normal day is like. It will blow your mind, the impact, the significance that we're able to do and help people with when it comes to their own life insurance. Because all we do every day is we help our seniors maximize their current final expenses and help them make a good buying decision. That's what we do every day. Every day we get to meet new people. And we get to be out there in the wide, fresh, open air in any city, in any state in the United States. How awesome is that? You don't have territories. You can go anywhere. You can go in your backyard if you want to. So that's the next step, is get in a car with us, see what a normal day is like. And then, of course, text the person that's already interviewed you and say, look, do I have what it takes? Do you believe I have what it takes? And then go from there. And other than that, folks, it has been an absolute honor speaking with you. I'm so sorry for all the many people I did not get to get the opportunity to meet. Hopefully you can text me with the person that interviewed you so I can definitely get the opportunity to meet you. Max, thank you so much. Any last words, sir? Any last words?
Yeah. Listen, an object at rest remains at rest unless acted on by an outside force. So let this call be the outside force that pushes you to take action, to do your due diligence, so that, years down the line, when whoever invited you on this call tonight just happens to show up walking down the street or on your social media feed, you don't look back and regret not doing what you're capable of. Everyone on this call is capable of greatness, and now you guys have a vehicle to take you to a whole nother level. So believe in yourself. Seriously, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? So take action. Get yourself where you want to go. Life will give you what you fight for. Don't be just trying to fight to keep your head above water. Fight for the life that you deserve. Here's a vehicle that can take you there. Get in the car with somebody. That's the most important thing. And if you do decide to get into the insurance class, don't drag it out. Knock the thing out in like 10 days. It's 20 hours. Like, it's not that tough. If you drag it out, more than a week and a half, that's just unnecessary. Like, anybody can do this. Seriously, anybody can do this job. It's like singing happy birthday, and every 3 times you sing it, somebody gives you $1,000. Literally. Like, I went out today with Joe Littlejohn. We went 2 for 3. Yesterday, I was training William Richardson. We went 3 for 4. Like, anybody on this call can do that. So believe in yourself. Nothing happens on accident. If you're on this call, you've got what it takes, but only if you're willing to put in the work and believe in yourself and fight for it. But get in the car with somebody. See it with your own eyes. We can talk till we're blue in the face, but when you see it, you'll realize that it's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple because it's only 10 steps. It's not easy because you still got to go out there and work. But you're helping people, you're helping yourself, you're helping your family, and we're having a lot of fun in the meantime. So come jump in. The water's hot. I'll meet y'all at the top.
Absolutely. Folks, with that being said, I hope everyone has an incredible evening. Y'all take care, and I look forward to your messages. Y'all take care. Thanks, Max.